Welcome back, and we say a hello and a happy Monday to Mike Eppel. How are you, Mike?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Thank you. How are you?
Good. You had a nice weekend?
Yeah, it's fairly sedate, but
Fairly
nice nonetheless.
sedate. Okay.
Well, look, I've got we can't go any, or not
Sure.
supposed to go anyplace,
Fair.
right? Nothing
Yep.
to do. But I do have a 17-year-old daughter who is trying to learn how to drive a car. So we
Ooh.
took advantage of the fact that the roads are less busy.
Were
So
they,
that's not
though? We're
bad.
going to talk about that because
Yeah.
depending on where you were.
Depending on where you
Yep.
were. That's correct. I saw a lot of people on Lake Ridge out here in Durham, but otherwise it was pretty quiet.
Okay. Let's talk about this. The price of gas could be affected by a ransomware attack here. So let's break this down.
Okay, so the Colonial Pipeline is a major energy conduit. It runs from Texas all the way up to New Jersey. It's a huge feeder system line for the gasoline market and the oil trade. And it was shut down on the weekend because of a cyberware attack, a ransomware attack. So cybersecurity threat by a group called, and this was all kind of revealed by the U.S. Department of Energy and the FBI. They're called Dark Side of all things, and they basically focus focus on the energy sector, and they don't touch, for example, according to their code of conduct, if you can believe this, companies or operations in the education system or healthcare or anything of that nature. So regardless, the Colonial Pipeline was shut down because they're worried about what this could do to the operational system of the pipeline. From a market standpoint, it's potentially, if it lasts any length of time and it's into the third day, a major disruption. Because again, this is, it starts in Texas where the refineries are, feeds the eastern seaboard, and we're getting into the quote-unquote driving season. Of course, more in the United States than we are here, but we're starting to see the price for wholesale gasoline inch up, and we've already seen the price for gas at its highest level in about 3 years most recently. So we'll be tracking it. They're talking about moving oil and gasoline by truck instead of transporting it via pipelines. And we also have the Michigan Line 5 decision coming up this week. So it could be a volatile week, certainly in the energy trade.
Okay, let's look at the rest of the markets now. Seeing some record highs, right, on Friday?
Yeah, the good news for the markets from bad economic signals, which again indicates that the market is not the economy. The jobs data on Friday showed that the American economy only added 266,000 jobs. The forecast was for 1 million. So it was way below that, and estimate at least. And there was all sorts of political back and forth over the weekend on the talk shows about, well, what is wrong with the current policies? Are people not willing to go back to work? Why aren't they? Are people, just staying on the sidelines, worried about COVID and other factors, or getting too much government stimulus, that kind of thing? So nevertheless, they're not going to change anything with interest rates anytime soon. It means nothing for economic policy. So up go the markets again. And the Dow is up over 200 points, and the TSX at a record as well. And there's nothing indicating this morning that it's going to reverse course in the early trade this week.
What you're watching, Mike. So we've got about 30 seconds left. Elon Musk on SNL. Did you watch?
I did not. I have it on the PVR, but I have not watched it yet. Having said that, apparently it wasn't horrible. So there's that, because there was concern going in to the show that Musk, may be one of the worst hosts ever. That didn't happen. Nevertheless, he talked about Dogecoin, and this is one of these cryptocurrencies, a joke cryptocurrency. That's how it was actually established. Has no transactional value, but Musk joked about it on Weekend Update, and it subsequently dropped by as much as 40% when he called it a hustle, quote unquote. So cryptos are, volatile to say the least. Ethereum, which is a Canadian invention, actually up today north of $4,000 US. So, some are going up, some are going down, and some of them actually have a use in the currency markets. Canadian dollar, Melanie, as well, 82.5 cents US. So that's a 3.5-year high for the more traditional currencies.
Nice, but what do we do with it? All right, Mike, as always, appreciate your time.
There you go. Thank you.
Take care. 6:18 is what we're sitting at right now. And hey, 10 days from now, that stay-at-home order is set to expire here in Ontario. But will some of the current restrictions be lifted? We'll tell you what City News has learned coming up after the break.